Hey everyone! Welcome back to Coding Realm, where we make coding easier, clearer, and more fun for beginners and aspiring developers like you. Today, I want to talk about one of the most important, and confusing, decisions every beginner faces at the start of their programming journey: which programming language should you learn first? I get this question all the time, and it's totally understandable. There are so many options out there: Python, JavaScript, Java, C++, C#, Swift, Go, Rust, and they all seem important in one way or another. It's easy to get overwhelmed. Some people say you should start with Python. Others swear by C. Some tell you to learn JavaScript first, and some will throw you right into C++. But here's the truth: there is no one-size-fits-all answer. The right language for you depends on your goals, your interests, and what you want to create. In this video, we're going to break things down in a very practical way. I'll explain what different programming languages are used for, what makes them unique, and most importantly, how you can decide which one makes sense for you personally. Stick around until the end, and you'll walk away with a clear action plan. Why are there so many programming languages? First, let's tackle the question: why are there so many programming languages in the first place? Wouldn't it be simpler if there were just one universal language that everyone used for everything? Well, just like in real life where different people speak different languages, in tech, different programming languages exist because they solve different kinds of problems. Think of it like tools in a toolbox. You wouldn't use a wrench to drive a nail, right? In the same way, you wouldn't use HTML to build a mobile app, or C++ to make a quick data analysis graph. Every programming language was created with a purpose in mind. Some are fast and low-level, giving you complete control over hardware, like C and Rust. Others are high-level and easy to read, great for beginners and rapid development, like Python. Some are built for building web pages, like JavaScript, and some are built for managing massive applications in large companies, like Java. So before you pick a language, you need to understand what kind of work each one is best suited for. That's exactly what we're going to look at next. Categories of programming languages. To make things simpler, let's organize programming languages based on the types of projects or careers you might be interested in. Web development. If you're interested in creating websites, the pages and apps you see and use on the internet, you'll need to learn both front-end and back-end technologies. On the front end, what the user sees, the basic building blocks are HTML and CSS, but the real programming begins with JavaScript, which adds interactivity and functionality. On the back end, the server side, JavaScript with Node.js is popular, as well as Python with Django or Flask, and sometimes even PHP or Ruby. JavaScript is essential here. It's the language of the web, and nearly every modern website uses it in some form. Data science and AI. For those who love numbers, analytics, and artificial intelligence, Python is the #1 choice. It's beginner-friendly, powerful, and has tons of libraries for data analysis, machine learning, and visualization. You might also come across R, which is used in academic research and statistics, and SQL, which is essential for working with databases. If your goal is to become a data scientist or AI engineer, Python is your best starting point. Mobile app development. Want to build mobile apps? You've got several great options. If you're targeting Android, you'll typically use Java or the more modern Kotlin. For iOS, Apple uses Swift. But if you want to build apps that work on both Android and iOS using a single code base, you can use Flutter, which uses a language called Dart. It's very popular right now for cross-platform development. So, for mobile app developers, your options depend on which platform, or platforms, you want to support. Game development. If you dream of making video games, you'll probably want to look into C#, which is used with the Unity game engine. Unity is widely used, beginner-friendly, and supports both 2D and 3D games. For more advanced and graphically powerful games, C++ is used with the Unreal Engine. It's more complex, but gives you more control and performance. Whether you want to make mobile games, console games, or even VR experiences, these two languages dominate the game dev world. Systems programming. For those who are fascinated by how computers work at a low level, things like operating systems, embedded devices, or performance-critical software, you'll want to look at C and C++. These languages give you a lot of control over memory and performance, but they're also harder to learn. A newer alternative is Rust, which is gaining popularity for being both safe and fast. It helps avoid bugs that are common in C/C+, while still being very powerful. So which languages are currently the most popular and in demand? Based on surveys and job trends in 2025, Python continues to be the most beginner-friendly and widely used in data science, AI, and automation. JavaScript is still the king of web development, powering most of the internet. Java is still widely used in large corporations and Android development. C++ and C continue to be essential for game dev and systems work. C# is thriving in the game development space, especially with Unity. Go, also known as Golang, is loved for back-end services because it's fast and easy to deploy. And Rust is gaining serious traction in systems programming because it offers both safety and performance. Popularity isn't everything, but it can be a good indicator of where the jobs and active communities are. Now comes the big question: how do you choose the right language to start with? Here's a 5-step process that makes it simple. Step 1. Define your goal. What do you want to build? Do you want to make websites, apps, games, or do data science? Maybe you're just curious and want to explore programming in general. Whatever it is, your goal should guide your choice. Don't pick a language just because someone said it's the best. Pick the one that fits what you want to create. Step 2. Look at job opportunities. If you're learning to get hired, check out job boards like LinkedIn or Indeed. What languages do employers in your area or your target companies use? If most job listings ask for Python or JavaScript, those might be safe bets. Step 3. Think about community and learning resources. Some languages have massive communities full of people who create tutorials, answer questions, and share free content. Python and JavaScript, again, are fantastic here. Having that support makes a huge difference when you're stuck or confused. Step 4. Don't overthink it. Seriously. One of the biggest mistakes beginners make is getting stuck in analysis paralysis, spending weeks trying to pick the perfect language instead of actually starting to code. The truth is, any language will teach you the basics of programming logic, problem solving, and critical thinking. Once you've learned one language well, it becomes much easier to pick up others. So just start. Step 5. Start small, and stay consistent. Don't try to build the next Facebook right away. Start with small programs, a calculator, a to-do list, a simple game. Make mistakes, learn from them, and keep coding. The more consistent you are, the faster you'll improve. Recommendations for beginners. If you're still not sure where to begin, here are a few practical recommendations. If you're just exploring coding in general or interested in automation, scripting, or data, start with Python. If you're excited about building websites, learn JavaScript, but also get comfortable with HTML and CSS first. If you want to make mobile apps that work on both Android and iOS, Flutter with Dart is a great option. For game development, C# with Unity is a great starting point. And if you're curious about how operating systems or hardware work, or you want to work in robotics or IoT, go for C or C++, but be prepared for a steeper learning curve. So to wrap it up, choosing the right programming language isn't about picking the most popular or the most powerful one. It's about choosing the one that matches your goals, interests, and what you want to create. Think about your future, explore the different fields, and then just pick a language and start. There's no perfect path, and there's no wrong choice, only progress. The most important thing is to start coding, stay curious, and keep building. You've got this. Let me know in the comments which language you're starting with or thinking about. And if you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Coding Realm, and hit the bell so you never miss out on future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, happy coding!